moving, breathing, functioning on the basic cellular level. It all seems so familiar because we as humans do all of these things. Life is precious and deserves to be protected no matter what level it is. Whether we are talking about humans, animals, organisms, or microbial life forms, all life deserves to be protected. There is without a doubt an ethical obligation to preserve extraterrestrial life, and there should be international law added to protect extraterrestrial and microbial life. We must have proper ways to extract life from other planets and prevent future contamination from occurring on planets. We must protect microbial life. When we as human beings enter planets with other microbial life forms, we risk contaminating their atmosphere, ruining their lives as a whole, and using them for experimental purposes, all while destroying their ecosystems. According to the Outer Space Treaty of 1967, which forms the international basis of space law, the exploration and use of outer space, including the moon and other celestial bodies, shall be carried out for the benefits and interests of all countries, irrespective of their economic or scientific development. Planets with extraterrestrial life such as the moon are for all people to be used, not for one particular country. Since no single country owns any part of space, we have a duty to protect it from being ruined and from space from falling into the wrong hands. We as a universe and as a people must work together in order to prevent space from being contaminated and from shady interactions occurring between human life and extraterrestrial life. Outer space is a global resource for all of mankind, and we cannot allow it to be contaminated. The only way to effectively protect against contamination is to create international law that protects microbial and extraterrestrial life. Protecting and preserving microbial life on the extraterrestrial platform protects planet Earth as well, because if we have strict laws to protect extraterrestrial life, then we will be more careful with our interactions with such life forms. The United States and many other countries establish mining outposts on different planets and risk contamination with these planets when doing so. The only way to solve the risk is to impose international laws that force countries to have strict guidelines, rules, and make sure that the outposts they build are not harmful to any microbial life on the planet. As humans, we run the risk of contaminating other planets by bringing our own germs to said planet. Throughout world history, many nations, especially Europeans, have driven into other colonies in unknown parts of the world and destroyed ecosystems and killed thousands of millions even of human beings. According to Stephen Dick, a former astronomer and historian at the United States Naval Observatory, he has said, "If we found microbes, it would have an effect on science, especially biology, by universalizing biology. We only have one case of biology on Earth. It is all related. It's all DNA-based. If we found an independent example on Mars, we have a chance of forming a universal biology. Therefore, we cannot run the risk of having a universal biology fall into the wrong hands or destroying something that could be so important to the future of our world." According to Charles Mann in European Colonization of the Americas, he was quoted as saying, What happened after Columbus was like a thousand kudzus everywhere. Throughout the hemisphere, ecosystems cracked and heaved like winter ice. If the world has gone through so much torture and distress because of failed colonization on our own planet, how can we not be sure that the same thing won't happen on other planets when we try to colonize microbial life? According to the article Extraterrestrial Law on Lunar Bases, the moon and all of space is freely open to humankind exploration, but we must protect it because we never know if we are going to contaminate it or destroy ecosystems. Despite there being an openness, we must leave living life forms alone so that we do not damage them, inhibit them from growing, or take them away from succeeding. Today, there are constant space explorations that seek to discover and expand upon the knowledge that we as human beings already have about extraterrestrial and microbial life. There clearly are not enough international laws that prevent human beings from entering another life form's ecosystem and destroying it. Thus, we do our ethical duty and protect the lives of those organisms in other galaxies. If we don't protect them, it could ruin us before we know it.